Ani, bonsoir, and good evening, and welcome to our regular meeting of council. I'd like to begin this meeting by acknowledging that we are in the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe people in the Robinson-Huron Treaty area and wish to recognize the neighboring community of Dokis First Nation. While we meet today, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the importance of the lands which we call home. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relationships between nations and to improving our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. From coast to coast, we acknowledge the ancestral and the unceded territory of all Inuit, Métis, and First Nations peoples that call this land home. And with that, I need a mover and a seconder to adopt the agenda. Bob and Roger. All those in favor? Thank you. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest? Seeing none. We do have a delegation tonight, and I would like to warmly welcome Carly Bigra, who has a proposal about Human Spark Sports Recreation Club, and she will do the presentation for us.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to present to you guys tonight. I'm here to share an idea that I'm rather passionate about, and I believe that it can help address some recreation, social connection, tourism, and economic development gaps in French River. So, working two computers here. So as many of you know me, it's through the municipality. Been here for 10 years. I'm also a mom, community volunteer, an advocate, and a future entrepreneur. Can't see the picture. There. So over the last several years, I've become increasingly interested in how we can create more opportunities for families in French River. Hearing countless stories on the playground and at community events, or even from childcare workers where their worries have become between choosing being a parent and their professions. With more new families than before, our community needs to start thinking or talking about solutions for childcare and making the community one where parents feel supported in raising their children. That starts with having proper supports in place and planning for the uncertainty. What started as a childcare idea evolved into something much bigger, community development, recreation, and quality of life passion project. So the bigger picture, I want to be transparent with council. Carl's Place is a standalone business that I believe will succeed on its own merits. However, it's also part of a bigger vision. The profits, experience, partnerships, and credibility gained through Carl's Place in its success will help me eventually bring childcare and family supports to French River. So Human Spark is the umbrella company to providing childcare and family centers, and Carl's Place is going to be a subsidiary revenue generator and gap filler for the community. So my long-term goal is to develop a childcare and family wellness center in French River. Current challenges are the 1-to-3 funding ratios through funding partners and banks. It's a $1.5 million project, so that means I need to bring $750,000 to the table. Land acquisition and construction costs are also a challenge. Limited provincial funding for licensed and subsidized childcare, two separate things. Every daycare can be licensed, not all can be subsidized. And staffing and program costs. So why Carl's Place? Carl is my nickname, by the way. It's a small business startup in a leased location, so it's a little bit safer than buying everything from scratch and starting off. Creates local employment, builds entrepreneurial experience, and generates future investment capital, which ultimately helps fund larger community projects. I do want to celebrate some successes in the community though. So June 1st, I'm not sure if everyone was aware, Our Children, Our Future, OCOF announced that they were giving out $3 million into Sudbury East Child Care's initiatives. That being said, it's happening in St. Charles and Warren. Congratulations for them. They're about $1.5 million each, but they're creating 51 childcare spots within Sudbury East. So very happy to see that, willing to get behind that, very excited for those communities. But the youth population in French River is still 300 plus between the three schools. Just because they're getting childcare subsidies and resources and centers in which they still have to staff, which would be coming in 2027, doesn't mean that we still don't have an issue here. So I just don't want to be lumped into, hey, we're fixing the situation. It's a great start. It's a great move in the right direction. We still have an issue in French River. So additional solutions will still be required through the region. Demand continues across Sudbury East. French River families still face childcare challenges just because of the geographic area. A lot of people don't want to travel 30 to 60 minutes for their child to be dropped off at a daycare or before and after school care. So a couple demographics. Childcare is often viewed as a social service, but it's also economic infrastructure, in my opinion. When parents can't access childcare, many are forced to reduce their hours. Many are forced to decline employment opportunities or leave the workplace altogether. This affects not only families, but also local employers who are already facing labor shortages. Investments in childcare create a ripple effect through the local economy by allowing more parents to participate in the workforce and contribute to the local growth. So in French River, our population as of now, before the new census data comes out, is there. The median age is about 58 right now. 32% of our residents are at 65 plus. We have about 315 youth under the age of 15 in the community now, and 57% of those residents are working class, but can't find care for their children before after school or daycare leading into kindergarten. And there's currently a community survey that is out, closes on June 30th, so we can have a better understanding of what the current situation is out there. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to see it in the community, but it's for everybody. We want to know what your demographic is, what your situation is, if you know somebody that's struggling, or if you are struggling yourself because you've had to take in your grandchildren. So a couple of the stats initially from the survey. Sorry, it's very small. I'll read it out to you. Question number 4 was, are you currently qualified, enrolled in training, or interested in working in childcare, early childhood education, recreation, or family support services? Yes, I'm qualified. 20% of the respondents have said yes, they are qualified to provide those services. Unemployed, looking for work. Or yes, I'm a teacher, educational assistant, or school staff member. That's the yellow one here. Yes, I have left the field, but would consider returning. And no. What age groups are the children in your household or care? Select all that apply. 20% are expecting or are pregnant currently. Preschool age, 2.5 to 4 years, 20%. Kindergarten age, our biggest one is 12 or age 6 to 12, and youth 13 plus. And have you experienced any waitlist issues when applying for childcare services? Majority have. And how has the lack of childcare or family supports affected your household? Select all that apply. It delayed returning to work. I reduced my work hours. I declined a job opportunity. I left a job or considered leaving a job. I missed work days. I lost income. My employment business was affected. My partner's spouse had to change the work arrangements, and my family experienced increased stress. So how urgent is this issue for your household or community? Mostly in crisis area. People are pretty desperate to find anyone to watch their children. Add another layer of complexity if there's any medical requirements for that child. So what does this all mean? The recreation service gaps in the community. A lot of the times we hear, oh, there's hockey, there's soccer, there's baseball, but what if my kid doesn't like to do those things? This is where Carl's Place comes in. So for youth right now, we have those things, gap, indoor drop-in recreation. Kids just can't go to a place after school, before school, on the weekend. There's nothing for them to do unless it's organized. Families, there's arena, there's seasonal programs. This would provide year-round programs to them. Adults, we have the fitness center, the hockey, the baseball, curling, we got pickleball. Still casual social recreation would fill a void when those things aren't happening. Seniors, we have their community groups and a lot of seniors programming. This would also provide active indoor recreation for them, which is safer, more accessible. And it's lower intensity workouts. So you're still moving, you're getting your mobility. I think Univie would be very happy with seniors participating. And tourists, there's a lot of outdoor attractions, but when there's weather or there's bugs or there's something that's preventing people from going out, it provides another layer of entertainment, especially in the evenings, because everything rolls up around 5 o'clock around here, most things. Social isolation piece. So sometimes the value isn't the game itself. It's the conversations, the friendships, the community connections that happen around it. So having a business like this in our community would help eliminate or reduce social isolations in rural communities where they're increased. It improves mental health. Recreation spaces create gathering opportunities, and seniors, shift workers, newcomers, and youth benefit from accessible community spaces and a little friendly competition. Never hurt anybody. So I have a little, and I hope the volume is up, but it's just a little promo video of what I'm proposing we put into Carl's Place.
Yeah, a fresh, cool young milk, trying to catch my phone, text from 1-2, whatever be my own, hope was 2-1 true. The world brought me to my knees, but if you brought me you, and you don't want to design it, do something new, when you're living on it, it says, who brought me you? The more this person you come through, and the sexy lady that see you come too, and then they man standing outside, I haven't waiting for God to come and get there. I'm too uncool. Unspooled to the rules and too go shoot too much of a nuke on my act too uncool like shining with the fail. I got with it with all I need a holiday like they use some new.
So as you can see, it's not just golf, it's multi-sport, it's multi-generational, it's for everybody. So what are the community benefits? You can see them listed there, but Carl's Place provides a year-round indoor recreation option that encourages physical activity for residents of all ages, regardless of weather or season. By creating a welcoming space, Carl's Place provides reduced social isolation, provides opportunities for residents to connect, build relationships, and participate in community life, and a little bit of competition. From youth programming to leagues, camps, and recreational activities, we would offer local children and teens additional opportunities to stay active, develop skills, and engage in positive social experiences. Accessible recreational activities provide seniors with opportunities to remain active, maintain mobility, and stay socially connected throughout the year. The business will create local employment opportunities, increase visitor traffic, and contribute to the economic activity within the municipality. As part of the Human Spark vision, future profits may be reinvested into community-focused initiatives and family services, helping create long-term local benefits through private enterprise. So the proposed roadmap. I chose French River because I live here and work here and believe that our residents deserve more local opportunities. Today, I'm not asking the municipality to fund this project. I'm asking for a letter of support as we explore bringing this new opportunity to French River. And I want to be transparent about the long-term vision. Carl's Place is not intended to fund the child care center itself. Rather, it is designed to become one of several private sector businesses operating under the Human Spark umbrella, and that will act as subsidy for childcare instead of relying on provincial subsidies. So the goal is to create sustainable revenue streams that can be reinvested into community-focused services. Every dollar generated through private enterprise is a dollar that can potentially help offset the cost of childcare and family programming in the future. This model creates a cycle where business success directly contributes to community benefit. So this is my request for a letter of support. It's more than a recreation business. It's a community gathering space designed to support health, connection, economic growth, and quality of life in French River. And a letter of support and a public-private entity partnership is requested for Human Spark to be able to apply for seed funding to make this dream a reality. Any questions?
Wow. Any questions? Or comments? Okay, Dave?
Very good presentation for one. I love the idea. Where do I sign up?
Thanks.
So, beautiful.
Looking for investors too, if you're
Love it.
interested.
We'll talk.
The
Bob?
more investors, the more
Yeah,
simulators I can get.
Bob?
Thank you. And just one comment before my comment. Dave, I've seen you golf. Please sign up.
We didn't end up last this year.
Part of that skill development.
A great idea. Congratulations. I think it's going to be an add-on to our other businesses and maybe bring other add-ons. All the luck and success to you. And I'm ready to move that motion to support it.
Before we do that, any other comments? Denny?
I think the project's great. I think it'll be really good, especially in the summertime for the tourists. I think a lot of parents look for stuff to do in the evenings, so I think it'll be good. Yeah, great idea, great location. Well, maybe not great location, but you know what I mean. I think the childcare is a big concern in our community. A lot of people are struggling. Hence, I think that's a great project in itself. I think if there's any way that, you know, we can support and help with, I don't know, if any of us see any funding out there, we could, you know, look into it and send them your way. Oh yeah, I think it's great too. When do you plan on opening this?
As soon as I secure seed funding.
Oh,
As soon as I do that, it can be ready to go within 8 weeks.
8 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good.
Well, congratulations. I think it's a fantastic project.
Thank you.
It's very ambitious
Yes.
and, but I expect no less of you. So, having said that, then now I will take a mover and a seconder to give Carly a letter of support, Bob and Roger.
It's a long motion.
Okay.
That whereas Human Spark Sports and Recreation Club is a proposed recreation and wellness business to be located within the municipality of French River. And whereas the project aims to provide year-round recreational opportunities for residents and visitors, including golf and multi-sport simulator programming, youth programming, senior recreation opportunities, community events, and tourism entertainment activities. And whereas the project is expected to contribute to local economic development through business investment, job creation, tourism attraction, and enhance recreational services within the municipality, where access to recreational amenities is an important component of community well-being, healthy lifestyles, and rural economic sustainability. Now therefore be it resolved that Council of the Municipality of French River supports the Human Spark Sports and Recreation Club project in principle and recognizes its potential and alignment with the community vision plan, local economic development, recreational spaces, and community benefits. And further, that council authorizes the mayor to provide a letter of support for use in funding, financing, and partnership applications associated with the project. And further, that this resolution does not constitute a financial commitment by the municipality, nor obligate the municipality to provide land, funding, tax incentives, or other resources unless approved separately by council.
Sounds good. All those in favor? Thank you. And again, thank you, Carly, and best of luck with your project. Okay, we shall go to number 6.1. There's no report under general government. Yeah, and 6.2 finances. Julie?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So welcome everyone. Tonight, I'll be presenting the first quarter of 2026 for the finance, my first quarter report as the treasurer. I did present one on quarter 4, but it wasn't really quarter 3, my day 2 in the role. For activities during the first 3 months of 2026, we did mail out the interim tax bills in January with the due dates in February and March 25 of 2026. We did get council's approval on the operating and capital budgets that were prepared. We also went through the year end of December 31st, 2025 with the auditors and presented the financial statements and approved in May by council. And then following the adoption of the 2026 budget, we did receive confirmation of additional funding from United Way for the food bank of $35,000. So I'll be happy to add that to our budget and present it to you during the second quarter report. So tonight I'm going to concentrate on the budget variance reports. So in your package, you'll find a detailed operating budget. So we're focusing on the operations and not so much the capital. Not much capital activities did go on during the first 3 months. We were still approving, so we couldn't really spend. But with the second quarter report, there will be definitely a capital budget variance presented to council. So in your package, you'll find the detailed financial operating budget per department. I'm just going to focus on the big picture here on the first page for the municipality of French River. But if any other questions do come up particular to the departments, feel free to ask the questions. So if we start with the revenues, we see that net taxation were actual. So just to go through the columns for everyone, the first column is a snapshot of last year's first quarter of 2025. Column A is the approved budget. We've got our actuals in column B, so what we actually paid or received the invoice. Our commitment column C is what has been committed out there. So we record those in our system to be able to track what we already committed. So not necessarily spent the money yet, it's still in the bank account, but they are committed. So we consider that as a part of the expenses. And then column D, you'll have your totals of the actual and commitments, and then the last 2 columns show you your variances. So I'll start again with the revenues. The first line is the net taxation. We had an actual of almost 3.1 million. So it represents 49% of our budget, which is in line because our interim taxes, we bill 50% of what was the base final taxes in 2025. As for government transfers, I'll just remind you for the budget as for federal funding, where's my notes so that I remember? No, that's so federal funding was mostly the gas tax and I'm sorry. I didn't write that down, the gas tax, and there was the ACC the ACC funding from ESIP. So we haven't received any of that funding. We have to claim the ESIP to get reimbursed. And the gas tax will be coming later in the months. Now for the provincial grants, so that is comprised of our OMPF, the partnership fund, some of our OSIF deferred revenue, again, the provincial portion of the ESIP ACC, and some other smaller types of funding. So that's what was budgeted, just as a reminder to council. What we actually received in the first quarter was 25% of our partnership funding from the province. We did receive 125,000 from OSIF, a fire safety grant of 35,000, and I've recorded some of the deferred revenue that we were counting on during budget, so for the COVID funds to help support the increased costs since COVID. So pretty much in line with the budget, we're at 26%. And then other types of government transfers, this is monies mostly for the food bank that we receive from DSAB and United Way. Those are the monies that were deferred from 2025, so they weren't spent in 2025. We brought them forward in 2026. And then we'll be receiving that 35,000 extra from the United Way. User charges are at 571,000 as of March 31st. That represents 33% of our budget and is in line with last year's numbers at 558,000. So we're in good shape here also. And as for other revenues, in here we'll see our donations, the rent income, parkland revenues being recorded as other revenue. So we are at 175,000, which represents about 27% of our budget. Again, in line with everything that was expected. No big surprises here. So we have a total revenues for 2026, or at March 31st, 2026 of 4.7 million out of our 12.4 million budgeted. Our expenses, we've got the first line as salaries and benefits. So we can see that we're at 24% of what was budgeted as 3.5 million. Which is in line, again, 25% of the cost should be incurred by March 31st. We haven't paid any long-term debt as of March 31st, so you don't see any interest charges, but you will definitely see it once the payments are being made on the long-term loans. The next line is the materials, contracted services, and other types of expenses. This one seems high at 53% of our budget. But then again, that, like I said, some of their commitments are here, are included in this line. So commitments such as our OPP services, the impact, DSAP, public health, all those expenses for the year are being shown in this line. So that's why we're seeing it a little bit skewed at 53%. What I'd like to draw attention to here would be the winter control. We did have a hard winter, and it's showing on our budget where we're already spent 80% of the budget. So hopefully we're getting a late winter in 2026, 2027 to help balance the budget. And everything else seems to be in line. During my next quarter reporting, we'll see the impact of our emergency measures. So the flooding impact will be counted in the next report. So you were warned. The last line here is amortization. Again, should be at 25%. You'll notice it's at 22% of what was budgeted. I over budgeted the amortization on my first try of the budget. So I adjusted the actuals. I'll be adjusting the budget also, which will make a few adjustments, and I'll present that on during quarter two. Okay. So total expenses are at, actual at 2.8 million. If we add our commitments of 1.5 million, we are spent at, or total expenses at 4.4 million compared to 11 million budgeted. All right. So that's for the report. Was there any questions before I go on?
Any questions? At any?
Can I just comment? Wow. Thank you. It's very well explained. No, it's very well explained. And I think that even if there's people watching online, they actually know what you're talking about. Like, it's not all these big fancy words. So good job. Thank you.
I will definitely try.
All right, thank you, Julie. That was very well done. Anything else?
I just wanted to also mention last meeting, council meeting, we had a question in regards to a tax arrears. I did
Yes.
provide that information to council, but just to be transparent to public here, I'd like to well, you did receive your numbers on June 3rd. As of today, June 17th, the numbers are pretty much the same. So 2026 outstanding taxes represent about 36% of the outstanding amount. And we're at 44% of outstanding amounts for 2025 for a total of, I didn't write it, but it's right here. We're at 690,000 outstanding taxes. So pretty normal. And again, as presented by our auditors, we were right in line with other municipalities and the intent of the ministry of where we should be positioned. So I think it's a great, we're doing well.
You're right, but we're still, after the 2-year period, then we start sending letters out.
Yes, and that the tax, the receivable of the 690 that is in that process is about 107,000.
Okay.
So
that's
that's
good.
15% of our total amount receivable.
Okay, good. Any comments?
Just
Sure.
a question. So do we wait the actual 2 years before sending letters of arrears?
That's it.
That's so you can't, like, when they're a year late, you can't send them a letter saying, hey,
Oh, we do.
We do send them interest and there's letters.
then there is a follow-up
Well, we
throughout.
can, but legally we have to wait that 2-year period before we can go through the tax sale process.
Okay,
As
thank
per
you.
municipal act.
But they get letters before that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We can't,
Okay.
but we can't sell the home for tax.
Yeah.
Before 2 years.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you, Julie, very much. Very well done for your first quarter all by yourself. All right, well, let's move on to Public Works and Environmental Services, 6.3.1. Before you have a resolution to award the contract for roadside grass cutting. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory on that one. Need a mover and a seconder, Dave and Vinny.
It is moved and seconded, be it resolved that council awards the contract for the roadside grass cutting for the amount of 9,650 for 2026, 9,843 for 2027, and $10,039.86 for 2028, for a contract total of 29,532.86, plus applicable taxes for the 3-year term.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. Then the next one is a resolution to award the contract for the excavator rental. So I need a mover and a seconder for that. Willie and Dean.
It is moved and seconded, be resolved that council award the contract for the rental of the 14-ton excavator in the amount of $6,900 per month and a float fee of $1,100 plus applicable taxes to Toromont Cat Heavy Rentals.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. So the next resolution, we have Lucas here who will speak to it. To you, Lucas.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So I am going to be speaking on the RFP for the landfill software. So the request for tender 2026-10 was posted May 14th, 2026 with a submission deadline of May 28th. Only one bid was received from Strong Data Animation for the price of $28,540 plus applicable taxes. The proposed landfill tracking software is a cloud-based and a web-based system designed to modernize landfill operations by improving load tracking, data, management, reporting of solid waste operations, and customer service with the ease of payment processing. The proposal includes initial implementation and setup cost, followed by an annual subscription fee of $9,540 for ongoing system access and technical support and updates. The landfill software was approved in 2026 capital budget for the amount of $45,000. Our conclusion, it is recommended that council awards the purchase of the landfill operating software to Strong Data Automation in the amount of $28,540 plus applicable taxes.
Thank you, Lucas. Any questions for Lucas? Seeing none, there's a resolution before you. I need a mover and a seconder. Bob and Dean.
It is moved and seconded. Be resolved that council awards the purchase of a landfill operating software to Strong Data Automation in the amount of $28,540 plus applicable taxes.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. Let's move on to item 7, correspondence. You have a request for sponsorship for the Sudbury East Chamber of Commerce for their golf tournament. Renee?
I would suggest that we do sponsor a hole for the event. I think it's 200 for a hole.
Okay. I think that's appropriate as we sponsor a hole for the high school when they have their golf tournament. So I think it's well in line. So I'll need a mover and a seconder for that. Dave and Willie.
It is moved and seconded. Be it resolved that council approves the sponsorship of a hole sponsor of $200 to the Sudbury East Chamber of Commerce towards their 9-hole golf tournament being held on September 13th, 2026.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the Noelville Family Hockey Tournament. As you know, they are celebrating their 50th year, and they have asked that the municipality acts as a primary applicant to secure funding for their anniversary. So we do have a resolution. Or Mel, did you want to speak to it or? No?
No, a motion is prepared
Motion's prepared for it? Okay,
in interest of the request.
okay. I need a mover and seconder, Renee and Bob.
Renee, Bob. Sorry. It is moved and seconded. Whereas the Noelville Family Hockey Tournament is celebrating its 50th anniversary in February 2027, which is possibly the longest running family hockey tournament in Canada. And whereas their committee is planning an expanded community-wide celebration and is considering partnering with the municipality to apply for major regional and provincial grants, as they are not eligible to do so. Now therefore be it resolved that council agrees to act as a primary applicant to secure funding for the 50th anniversary of the Noelville Family Hockey Tournament from the following organizations. Northern Ontario Heritage Fund Corporation through the Community Events Program to assist with event infrastructure and operational cost, and Ontario Trillium Foundation through a Communities Grow grant to improve event accessibility, participant experience, and community engagement. And further, that a letter of understanding be prepared and executed to formally document and define the roles, responsibilities, and mutual understanding of the parties with respect to the arrangement.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. The next is a letter from the Star of the North Branch, the Women's Institute, and they have a request to support the implementation of the 2022 Coroner's Inquest recommendation regarding violence against women and intimate partner violence. It's been since 2022 and the government is still sitting on it. And so they're trying to apply pressure to declare violence against women and intimate partner violence an epidemic so that there can be funding to go to helping partners that are facing violence. And so what they are requesting is a letter of support, which I don't have any problems with. So, all right, so I need a mover and a seconder, Willie and Roger.
It is moved and seconded, be resolved that the council supports the Star of the North Branch Women's Institute letter dated May 17th, 2026, calling for the implementation of the 2022 coroner's inquest recommendations regarding violence against women and intimate partner violence, and that a copy of the resolution be forwarded to the Star of the North Branch Women's Institute, Honorable Doug Downey, Office of the Attorney General, MPP John Bantoff, MPP Bill Rosenberg, and MPP Franchina.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. The next letter is a little bit strange because it doesn't fall under our authority. So we're not under any conservation impact. There's no impact on us. So my suggestion is to receive the letter for information, if everybody's agreeable to it. Okay, thank you. We'll move on. I need a resolution to adopt the items contained in the consent agenda. I need a mover and seconder, Renee and Dean.
It is moved and seconded, be it resolved that council approves the items of the consent agenda under section 8.1 and receives the items under section 8.2 and 8.3.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. There are no notices of motion. We'll go to announcement and inquiries. I'll start with Renee.
Okay, I don't have too much. Maybe say congratulations to all the graduates. We have a lot of graduations happening in the area. So congratulations to all of those students. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, because that's happening this weekend, I believe. So you can tell so happy Father's Day to all the men that are fathers and all to the women that act as fathers. And that's about it. The flea market has started. This was their second Saturday. For some reason, it's rained 2 Saturdays in a row for them. So hopefully next Saturday won't rain. That is about it. The kids' baseball has started. The adult league has started too. So there's been, and the traffic has started. There's been a lot of traffic in town. So watch when you cross the roads. And that's about it.
Dave?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, through you. Just want to say again, thank you, Carly. That was a very nice presentation, very well put out and good idea. And we have a couple newer staff and they did both a very good job tonight. And Mel, it's just normal. I mean, it's good. It's just as you've been, it's normal good. Keep it up. Thank you. That's it.
Oh my God, how do you? Oh, Kadoki. Dean.
I'm just glad to see the flood is over with.
Yeah.
I was wondering, because I saw it on our website that there was some concern at one time about how much garbage was going to the landfill as a result of the flood. And I just wondered, was there really much garbage that got there because of the flood?
I think Lucas can answer that.
So as of right now, when someone shows up and claims they have flood damage, we got a little tracking sheet. We track the amount of diverted waste. So as of this moment, we've only had 2 residents use the system so far.
That's good. Good. Thank you. And my last comment will be that water is still going down, and glad to see that it is. And for those of us that particularly that live and work on the water, it makes a big difference. But it's been an interesting spring, really, and I'm kind of glad that we're getting close to summer, and hopefully it'll warm up some on the 21st of June. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Willie?
Not much to add. I'm gonna verbatim what Dean was saying there. I'm very appreciative that the water level's down. I was actually able to get my docks in finally today. So it's put me back quite a bit, but I'm very grateful that, it looks like we have a normal rest of the season ahead of us. I see we have some rain coming in, but it doesn't look like it's gonna affect the
No.
levels too much, and we have really not a whole lot to worry about on the river. So that's about it for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bob?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to start off to thanking Mel for what a great job you're doing. No, thank you, Mel, for organizing tomorrow night a information session for registered candidates of Sudbury's.
Anybody?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Don't have to be registered.
So people who would like to attend don't need to be registered
Okay,
candidates.
good. I wasn't sure,
Anybody,
so I said
anybody is
registered.
welcome.
So
Who is interested.
thank you for that. Julie, keep being bubbly. Great job. Thank you. Lucas, you got a hard act to follow after this. But I had to throw something in after Dave's comment. Carly, welcome back.
Yeah.
It was nice to see your smiling face in here this week, and congratulations. What a great idea. And all the luck. On July 29th, there will be a celebration of life for Huguette and Gérard Séguin. Doc Séguin that served this community for a lifetime. So if any of you would like any information, I have all the details, happy to share. And as he was known, Doc, he, like I say, he served this community for so long. And it's sad. And I guess the next time we see each other will be over a barbecue on July 1st.
Yes.
So let's, to those organizing it and everything,
On your side of the bar.
we're here to help. And enjoy the summer. Thank you.
Roger?
I just have a few things. Carly, you have a big job ahead of you. If I can help in any way, as far as, not personally, but I know people. Who knows, maybe, but way to go. That's a big step. And it certainly will be good for this area. But did I miss the location of your? I don't know if I missed it or not.
Location was included in your package, but it's where the old beer store was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. Thank you. And the next one is to Julie. Thank you for the information. I know maybe I was a little rough on you last week, but I apologize. But anyway, thank you.
All right. As for me, of course, I echo everybody's thanks for everything. But I want to extend a special heartwarming thank you to La Caisse Alliance, who this week or last week? Last Thursday donated to $5,000 to the food bank, which is going to be very, very helpful to us as government keeps cutting us our funding. We truly, truly appreciate this as well. Let's not forget, July 1st is coming up. So council, you'll be at the barbecue as normal or doing whatever you normally do. I don't, what time do you want us there? Do you know? Jason's not, it starts at 3, so you want to get the barbecues going. Jason's probably going to start the
Yeah.
barbecues, right?
We will send out information by
Oh.
email to council on what the
Sounds-
plan is for the day.
That would be perfect. Thank you. Yes. Yes, that's next. And the Dokis powwow is not this weekend, next weekend, and everybody's always welcome to attend. I find them absolutely inspiring. And both Renee and I will be attending it once again this year as per their invitation. That's it. All right, and that's all I have. So now we're going to be moving into a closed session, so I need a mover and a seconder, Willie and Roger.
It is moved and seconded. Be it resolved that the meeting be closed as authorized in the municipal act pursuant to section 239(2)D, labor relations or employee negotiations. So to finalize the organizational structure, succession planning of employees.
Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. Leave your phones in here. Okay, I need a resolution to come out or to come back anyway, whatever. I need a mover and a seconder. Dave and Renee, sorry about that. All those in favor? Thank you. So as a result of the closed session held this evening and on June 3rd, 2026, I'm reporting on the finalized organizational structure succession planning of employees. Since June 2023, Council endorsed a structured and phased approach to succession planning to ensure leadership continuity, organizational stability, and effective service delivery. The succession framework has been designed to ensure that all key leadership roles are filled, operational continuity is maintained, and institutional knowledge is effectively transferred prior to the CAO's transition. With the CAO's retirement now confirmed, the municipality is entering the final phase of the transition process, focused on formalizing leadership appointments, strengthening employment agreements, and ensuring continued knowledge transfer. The municipality has made significant progress in implementing comprehensive and proactive succession strategy. With key positions filled and transition mechanism in place, the organization is well positioned to ensure smooth and effective transition in leadership. Key milestones of the implementation and succession plan include: in June of 2023, the clerk was promoted to deputy CAO as part of the ongoing transition, mentoring, and training process in preparation for assuming the CAO role. In November 2025, Julie Allen was hired and appointed as treasurer with mentoring agreements for transitioning with the outgoing treasurer. In the fall of 2025, Council approved the organizational structure and a succession plan, which included the following: reintroduction of the Director of Operation position with the promotion of Kevin Benvenuti as of effective January 1, 2026. Recruitment of the Manager of Environmental Services position, which resulted in the promotion of Lucas Woolbridge on May 5th, 2026. Transition of Carly Bigara as Executive Coordinator to the role of Deputy Clerk being formalized this evening. The CAO has submitted his official notice of intent to retire as of December 31st, 2026. Formal succession framework to prepare the clerk deputy CAO for transition into the CAO role effective January 1, 2027. The following next items need to be completed this evening. We'll formalize the implementation of new organizational structure as the municipality prepares for the CAO transition effective January 1, 2027. So we first have a resolution to receive notice of intent of retirement of Marc Gagnon as CAO. So I need a mover and a seconder. Willie and Roger.
So it is moved and seconded. Be resolved that council receives the notice of intent of retirement from Marc Gagnon as the Chief Administrative Officer effective December 31st, 2026.
Thank you. All those in favor? Well, Mark, it's official now. Nope. Second, I need a mover and a seconder for the bylaw to appoint Melanie Buffat as CAO clerk effective January 1, 2027. Dave and Dean.
Moved and seconded. Be resolved that bylaw 2026-35 being a bylaw to appoint Melanie Buffard as Chief Administrative Officer Clerk effective January 1st, 2027 be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed.
All those in favor? Thank you. Congratulations. Third, I need a bylaw to authorize a CAO transition mentoring and advisory services agreement with Matt Gagnon as outgoing CAO to provide continued knowledge transfer, advisory support, and mentorship during the transition period for a duration of up to 12 months following retirement. Need a mover and a seconder? Willie and Dean?
It is moved and seconded. Be it resolved that bylaw 2026-36 being a bylaw to enter into a CAO transition, mentoring and advisory services agreement with Matt Gagnon for the position of CAO clerk effective January 1st, 2027, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed.
All those in favor? And finally, a bylaw to appoint Carly Bigara as deputy clerk effective immediately. Need a mover and a seconder? Bob and Roger?
It is moved and seconded. Be it resolved that bylaw 2026-37 being a bylaw to appoint Carly Bigra as deputy clerk be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed.
All those in favor? Congratulations, Carly. Well, just want to comment before I close this session that I want to thank the staff and everyone for working so hard and making what I think is a fantastic succession position for the municipality as outgoing CAO and incoming CAO clerk. And with all the changes in management and deputy clerk, I think that the municipality of French River is in fine hands. And so congratulations to all of you and thank you. And with that, I need a resolution to adopt the confirmation bylaw. Moved by Renee and Dave. All those in favor? Thank you. And I need a motion to adjourn. Willie and Dave. All those in favor? Thank you.